Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to completely disassemble a Series X or an Xbox One controller. There really aren't many differences between the Xbox cores for the Series X and S and the Xbox One controllers. I'll go over some of the minor differences as we get to them, but the disassembly process is the same for all of the Xbox controllers. So to start with, remove your battery tray cover and take out any batteries that you have. Then you want to I like to use this tool that I got out of a little watch repair kit, but you can take like a flathead screwdriver or something. You just want something to go in, pry these panels off on either side. And then this is going to reveal all of your screws. You have one. This one is already broken, but there's one underneath this sticker here in the center. And then there's two on either side. I'm going to remove these off camera real quick. Those are T9 security Torx, by the way. Once you have all 5 of the screws out, the one in here usually doesn't come out. You don't need to let all the way out. But once you have all the screws loosened, you can take this out. Now the sticks on this just fill off, but these ones are kind of loose, but they just pull right off. There's no special way to get the sticks off. Then you come back here. You'll have on the series controllers, there will be 2 wires. They just pop straight up. The Xbox One controllers, the early models, will not have this because these are Bluetooth antennas. So the very early Xbox One controllers don't have Bluetooth, and then the later ones, they just have a single wire. So then you're going to have 2 T6 to take out on this bottom board here. Once you have those out, this just unplugs. Just kind of gently work it up, and then you can work this out. Your headphone jack isn't being held in by anything special, so you can take that out. If you're having trouble working this out, you can take this off first to give you a little bit more space. This cover, you just push it, and it comes right off. Some of the early Xbox Ones, they have a bigger one here that covers more area. Those can be a lot stiffer, but it's still... And those ones, the bigger ones, sometimes it's easier to pop it off from the top instead of the bottom. Ones like this, or on the Xbox Ones where it doesn't come all the way down over here, they're easier to just pop off from the bottom. And then to get this off, you just take like a screwdriver or something, pop the tab out. On the Xbox One controllers, instead of going out, it comes up. And then there's also one model of Xbox One controllers where it's not a whole unit, it's 2 little modules. You do the same, they have pegs that it's clipped over, and you just pop those and you can remove that. And on the Xbox One controllers, your sync button is mounted from this side instead of from the underside. So as soon as you take this and your bumper buttons off, your sync button will fall out. But on the core controllers, the sync button is mounted from this side. So this isn't going to be able to come out until you get this board out. To get that board out, you have 6 screws in it. 2 down here, 3 across here. So you'll take those out. Those are also T6 screws. Once you have those screws out, you can just lift that board out. And then this sticker here is your poppers for the directional pad. If those go out, you can replace that. Oh, and you will need to remove the bumpers before you won't be able to get that out if you still have the bumpers in. And then pop your sync button out. If you have one of these, your sync button's already fallen out. If you have an Xbox One controller, you can peel this off and then just dump all of your buttons out. You can pop this up. There's a tab down here, and you can take this and your directional pad out. You can also do it from this side without taking the whole controller apart. You can get something to pry it up here and pop it off. If you're just trying to take this off to replace it with something different, you don't have to take it all the way apart like this just to get this piece off. So now for the triggers, each will have one screw. There are some models of Xbox One controller where they have 2 screws in them. But either way, you're going to take all those screws out. These are also T6 screws. Once you have those out, you can take the plastic part of your trigger off, and then your little trigger rumble motors will fall out. The ones with just one screw, they kind of hook in a part here. That's why they only need one screw. The ones with 2 screws, they'll kind of just fall off. And then if you need to take this out, this is a little bit trickier. What you can do, take some pliers, and you want to grab it on the flat spot here, and then get another part of your pliers over the end of this peg to try to push it out, and then grab the other side, and then you can take this out and your spring will fall out. There is a magnet on here because that's how the triggers work, so things that are magnetic will stick to it. That's actually one of the common issues as to why the trigger's not reading correctly on these. If one of these screws ends up working out for some reason, it ends up getting stuck on the trigger magnet and you won't be able to pull the trigger all the way down. So then you just do the same over here on the other side. Sometimes they don't want to get grabbed good. There it goes. And then, if you really want, you can work this out, both of these. And pop your rumble motors out. And there you go. Completely disassembled either Xbox One or Series X controller. So I hope this video helped you out, and stay tuned for more videos.